A left-wing May Day protest yesterday in Portland, Oregon, and also in Olympia, Washington. They both turned into full-scale riots last night. Anarchists started fires. They destroyed property. They threw homemade explosives. And now cops are being attacked in these riots. We had 25 people arrested in Portland after rioters tossed fireworks, rocks, and Molotov cocktails at police officers. This as full-blown riots broke out last month in Berkeley, California. But reportedly, the mayor told local cops to stand down against violence that was not immediately life-threatening. My next guest organized a Berkeley rally and says the fighting in the streets was a direct result of that stand-down order to police. Joining me now, Liberty Revival Alliance founder David Fatta. Good to see you, David. Did police in Berkeley protect the demonstrators compared to Portland?
Thank you for having me. Good to see you, too. At first, in the early mornings, yes, they did. They did their job. They stood with us along in the park. But towards around 11 o'clock that morning on April 15th, they began to stand down. And when asked about it, they told that they were ordered by their higher-ups to stand away.
Well, we had the attorney for Berkeley College Republicans on this show saying that cops are standing down. There's a rule out there that says they can stand down so long as there's no imminent danger to life. That sounds really confusing, David. The question is, how can cops predict, or any authority predict, that there will be no imminent danger to life when they stand down? We don't get that. But let's listen to the soundbite. I'd like your reaction.
In the case of Berkeley, as our complaint details, there was coordination between the city of Berkeley and its mayor, who's very, very liberal, and the Berkeley chancellor's office and others in the university. And as we know, California very liberal, and a lot of Democrat politicians have served on the regents there. There was coordination about this policy. There's a special policy made for speakers who are quote unquote controversial. And guess what? On the Berkeley campus, that's 100% conservative speakers.
David, is that what happened to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're saying there's no way they could have known there was a threat to people's lives or there's going to not be violence. That's absolutely untrue. There was reports all across the public sector on live media, social media, that Antifa was threatening people's lives. They were going to bring violence and that they were going to conduct violence against our free speech rally.
Antifa stands for anti-fascism, right? Is that what it stands for?
That is correct. Both
Okay.
Antifa and BAM were there.
Got it. Okay, now we had a Huntington Beach rally. A woman was pepper sprayed at that event. What do you see the authorities doing at these events? Are they allowing it to happen, or are they intervening rapidly enough? What are your thoughts?
At a lot of the events that I've actually seen over the news, they actually are doing their job. They're standing in between the protesters, the pro-Trump, anti-Trump, Antifa, free speech rally supporters, everyone. But it happened in Berkeley is they were there for 1 minute, and the next thing you know, they were gone, and then it was just absolute chaos. During April 15th, they just threw all sorts of things at us. They threw rocks, they threw Molotov cocktails, they threw lots of fireworks, they threw M80s in bottles from some reports we were getting. They were tagging people with sticks, pepper spray.
Yeah, but David,
it's absolute chaos.
Yeah, and now that's being directed at cops. This is what's happening now, that these rioters are throwing everything that they threw at you guys. They're throwing it at cops. It happened in Portland last night.
Yep.
They did it in Olympia, Olympia, Washington. They're winging Molotov cocktails at cops. And we saw cops lit on fire in Paris, France, May Day protests. That's dangerous stuff,
disgusting.
David. Yeah, go ahead.
It is. It's absolutely disgusting, and something needs to be done about it. At this point, they're not even attacking American citizens, they're attacking cops. It's no longer the time for us to stand by and be peaceful about it. These people are doing terrorist actions against us. It's definition of terrorism. They are using violence and intimidation to politically shut down speech that they don't like.
David, where does this go?
Where I believe this goes is when what our actual organization stands for, Liberty Revival Alliance, and also the militias that came out there that day on April 15th, is has to be a revival of the American ideal. Okay, people have to come once again aware of their constitutional rights and also stand up for themselves as well. It's not attacking people, it's not assaulting people, it's not threatening them, but it's for legal matters, setting up free speech rallies and learning how to properly defend yourself against these kind of thugs, and doing preemptive actions through law enforcement and through our federal government that's supposed to take care of us and protect us, as we are their people that they're working for, not us working for them, to come and do their job and take care of these domestic terrorists.
David, would you or anybody you know in your groups that you are acquainted with, would you or any of the people that you know show up at Democrat rallies and do these things?
No, we would not go and assault. No one at all associated with Liberty Revival Alliance would come to these type of events and attack anybody. We would be there to say, hey, we don't support your ideas. We'll hold up a sign saying, hey, we don't support these ideas. We believe in President Trump, or we believe in conservative ideals, or libertarian ideals, moderate ideals, because we consider ourselves constitutional moderates. We're not going to go and attack and assault people. Will we show up prepared to defend ourselves? Yes, but that doesn't mean going in there covering up with masks and assaulting people and throwing all sorts of projectiles at them. No, absolutely not.
David Fata, thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
Next up, Democrats